Yes, this is your boy HD, aka the Code Breakers, coming at you from a very undisclosed location somewhere in Canada, breaking code while I'm hiding in plain sight. And guess what, guys? I broke another code. Well, I'll put it like this. I see a lot of people working hard, got 2 jobs, 3 jobs, got single parent, 4 kids, trying to survive. Everybody's trying to make it. People in school have another 2 jobs, don't got no time to sleep. And I just see people struggling, struggling, and struggling. The question do I ask, do people really need to struggle? Well, the reason why people got 3 jobs is because the cost of living is so expensive. And the fact that the cost of living is so expensive, they should be earning a more income, a larger income, based on since they you like to assume since they got 2 jobs, they're automatically making more money, and I would assume that's so. But there's one thing I like to tell you: the best way to keep somebody enslaved, which is just working all the time, not focused on anything, just trying to survive, trying to survive, trying to survive, is use the only tool you have to make them enslaved. Because you can't kill them, you can't pry them, you can't like swear at them and expect them to do what you want. Like you can't really do that. So what do? You use the only thing you're good at: printing money, a tool, money. Who prints money? The World Bank. Yes, the World Bank is the main tool that the most richest families in society use to keep people enslaved. For example, your job, to get a good job, you're making at least 40, 30, maybe even 25 or 22 bucks an hour, Maybe you're making good money, 40, 60, 50,000 a year, which is a good job in this day and age, It's a pretty good job if you ask me, you know. But here's the thing: what if a house costs $500,000 when it's just wood, cement, bricks, and earth from God? And you get a loan from the bank, and then you got to keep working that off forever and ever. And then 25 years when you're graying old, hey, we just finished buying the house. The house was paid off for, and now we're good to go. But you're 65, man. Your house is paid off, but what now? And you're kind of like in that position. I'm like, yo, I should have paid this off a long time ago, but it just costs so much money. But is it really worth that much? How much is a piece of wood at Home Depot? How much is a brick worth? How much is cement? I swear that's just sand. I could go to the beach, buy cement mix, get some sand, and have some cement and build my own house. It's that easy. But one thing I like to point out to you, it's the financial system that keeps people enslaved. It's the financial system. The most richest people in this world are not doctors, they're not engineers, they're not scientists, they're fucking bankers. The world banks. Do you know why? Whenever they get bored, they loan certain countries amounts of money so that they can use this money to start a war with another country while people kill each other on their own expense. And these are the same people that made a house in a very undisclosed location somewhere in Canada, around $500,000 to buy a house. But it's really worth maybe 50. It's inflated. And who do you have to thank for inflating things in society, which makes it so hard for people just to live? The World Bank. The World Bank. The World Bank. The World Bank is the main tool that the most richest families in the world use to keep other humans enslaved. Because remember, before they even had this, it was a slave trade. Now they gotta pay people for labor, but it's not that much. It's not enough to buy even an apartment. Maybe the cost of food, but not for rent and not for necessities, not to live a proper life. And these people are living like crackheads, stuck in these buckets that there's no way out of because of the cost. It ain't their will, it's the cost. It's the cost. I'll put it like this: when I was growing up in the 90s, a hot dog was 150. It's $4, and in 10 years, it's gonna be 14.50. And then if your job starts off at 14.50, and a hot dog costs 14.50, what are you gonna eat after that hot dog? Nothing. You're gonna starve unless you want to work some more and keep working and working and working. And one thing I gotta say is, man, is that the World Bank has got everybody enslaved for life. A house doesn't cost $500,000, but they sell it at that amount because they want to keep you working forever and ever and ever and ever and ever to keep funding that. And if you don't want to work, what do? They take your house away. And that's how the World Bank has got people enslaved. They overcharge. That shit is inflated. And guess what, guys? This code has been broken. The main reason why people are enslaved in this current society is due to the inflammation that is done by the World Bank. We do not create our own money. We get loans from one entity. So when the entity wants to give us loans, hey, how about this, Bill? Let's give America $10 million so they can buy missiles, and let's give Canada $20 million so they can buy machine guns, and let's see who wins, Bill. Well, that sounds like a great idea, and then on top of that, we'll charge them 25% interest when we know that they can't pay it off, and that's why every single country is in debt all across the planet, because they all made deals with the central and world banks. And guess what, guys? This transmission is over because this code has been broken.